Warning: this video will discuss some rather sensitive and disturbing topics. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you for your attention. Hey everyone, welcome back. As you've probably read in the title, today I'm once again talking about the topic of Sprunki. But this time I'm not here to talk about it in a superficial way, not about the history of the mod, its creator, or the idiotic stuff certain content creators do around it on YouTube.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
No, today I'm here to give it a final blow, to put an end to all this. This will be, most likely and hopefully, the last video where I talk about it. Because honestly, there's not much more to say. It's the same garbage as always. Brain rot content, fetish-filled, disgusting stuff hidden under the label of children's content. So I'm going to talk about some aspects you might not know about, cases that taint the reputation of the original mod, and by extension, the original Incredibox itself. Though I'll get to that more towards the end, I hope you're ready to dive one last time into the ugly consequences of the overhype of what started as a simple, innocent fan game. Let's descend carefully. Let me tell you a little story, not from the English-speaking community this time, but from the Spanish-speaking side, about a YouTuber who was cancelled years ago and is now infamous for something I'm about to explain. We're talking about Gamer, an Argentine YouTuber with over 2.5 million subscribers, who around 2019 got cancelled for grooming a 14-year-old girl. That incident completely destroyed his career, his job as a content creator on YouTube. His views kept declining over the years until about 5 months ago he stopped uploading to his main channel. But guess what he's been doing during those 5 months? Guess what kind of content he's been uploading on a separate channel? Yep, he's now making low-effort Sprunki kids content under the pseudonym Sprunki Tunner, most likely to make quick money, something his main channel no longer provided. He tried to hide behind a voice changer, which didn't help much, because simply lowering the pitch of the audio reveals that it's clearly him.
En el día de hoy, en The Binding of Isaac Repentance, en camino de conseguir el platino, vamos a realizar el reto de Caín, que consiste en lo siguiente.
En el video de hoy, Simón quiere confesar sus sentimientos a Tanner.
En el video de hoy, Simón quiere confesar sus sentimientos a Tanner.
This discovery, made a couple of months ago, raised serious concerns among a lot of people. Why? Because someone who was cancelled for talking inappropriately to a minor now runs a channel that's entirely aimed at kids. Nobody wants history to repeat itself. Now you might ask, why should I care if some cancelled idiot is uploading kids' Sprunki videos? That's irrelevant. But that's exactly where I want to pause and reflect. This fact alone, that someone like that can make children's content just because it brings in tons of money, shows just how huge the Sprunki money-making machine is when exploited through this kind of garbage. And sure, many people are already aware of this. It may seem obvious to mention it, but I don't think we've fully grasped just how deep this goes. Let's look at the Sprunki Tunner channel. It has related channels like Tunner Minecraft, which doesn't have any public videos, but links to even more related channels doing the exact same type of content. It's clear this is part of some entertainment network that manages a whole bunch of these garbage kids channels. And I'm only talking about the Spanish-speaking side. I'm certain there are similar networks in the English-speaking world. Obviously, this is where we start to see the massive scale of the kids' content problem, especially when it involves garbage content and people like Gamer. It just further tarnishes Sprunki's image, a game that, unlike others, was never meant to become popular or make money. That's what makes it even sadder. Nyanko, the original creator, never made a single cent from his work that ironically gave jobs to a bunch of other people. We're not talking about big companies who make games for profit by creating lovable characters, or trying to do so. We're talking about a kid who made a fan game based on one of his favorite games, and it got completely out of control. I could go back and retell the story from my first video, but obviously I'm not going to do that now. But do you see what I'm getting at? Do you see how far this has gone? Can we even grasp the scale of what we're talking about here? And above all, how YouTube does absolutely nothing to stop these kinds of channels. Look, I tried uploading a short once, mocking these awful channels, and just for showing a single thumbnail, this one right here, YouTube slapped an 18+ age restriction on it. Meanwhile, these other channels rack up millions of views and monetize just fine. These are the things that make no sense, but we're forced to accept them. What can I do? Fight destiny? No. Things that bring YouTube lots of views make YouTube money. And why do they get so many views? It's probably because of morbid curiosity. These horrible thumbnails attract certain people and also work as rage bait. Let me explain. If you go into one of these videos, you'll see tons of people commenting things like, "This is disgusting," or "God has abandoned us." But the problem is, by doing that, you're giving views to that trash. You don't need to click the video to know it's garbage. This rage bait tactic is exactly what these channels rely on. It's obvious that a ton of people hate this content, and with good reason. So the creators bait you into watching just so you can leave an angry comment. That's engagement, and engagement means money. And the report button, it's completely useless. It works about as well as the UN does at solving world conflicts. So yeah, even doing that unintentionally helps them out. In the end, I really don't want to talk about this anymore. There's not much else to say, other than don't even bother commenting on videos like these. And trust me, I've done it too. Whether on a video like this one, or on a post from that clown Benjik Scarlet. I regret it, because that comment is an interaction. And interaction equals visibility. Visibility equals views. Views equals money. So here's the conclusion. These channels are going to keep existing one way or another. Saying down with brain rot channels, or save Sprunki from the brain rot, is pointless, because there will always be people, especially kids, who watch this stuff. And as long as we keep talking about them, they'll remain relevant. If we keep this up, obviously nothing is going to change. And when the next trend comes along, it'll happen all over again. He who doesn't learn from history is doomed to repeat it. Sometimes, and unfortunately, ignoring is the best option. Alright, I hope the video wasn't too long, or that I didn't go too far off topic. And above all, I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, this is probably my last video on the topic. And also I would like you to share why I think the message is important to be heard. Let's hope no more disasters happen and that all of this is forgotten soon, so that at least Nyanko can finally see his creation rest in peace. Thanks for watching. I'm CJUPA22 and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Dog shit.